As a governor, Peter Obi was one of the most dubious and the most heartless governor that you can ever imagine in this country called Nigeria. After I left office, all right, so he's getting those same people that he did terrible things to start singing his praises and clapping for him. You must have seen a video where he was bragging in an interview with Rufai, saying, oh, this was how he left 12 billion naira and $50 million in 3 different bank accounts. 12 billion naira and $50 million in 3 separate bank accounts.
I left money in 3 banks. Those 3 banks are there. You can go there. In fact, after this interview, I have in my little office here a photocopy. I will give you photocopy of my handover note, including the balances of that account as I did I left office, issued by the banks. I left an Access Bank, which is still there. 12 billion naira, $50 million. And I'm going to give you a copy.
12 billion naira and $50 million in Access Bank.
I left in Diamond Bank 12 billion naira, $50 million.
In Diamond?
Diamond. I left in Fidelity Bank 12 billion naira, $50 million.
$50 million in these 3 accounts. And
$150 billion and 36 billion.
In Diamond Bank, he left, according to him, he left 12 billion naira, $50 million. In Access Bank account, he left 12 billion naira, $50 million. In Fidelity Bank account, he left 12 billion naira and $50 million. I thought about it and I said, okay, let's even find out. Let's check something. I discovered something very, very worrisome. The Diamond Bank, at about the time that Peter Obi was governor, the chairman of Diamond Bank was Peter Obi's brother in Anambra State, who is the Obi of Onitsha. His name is Igwe Unameka Achebe. He was the chairman of Diamond Bank when Peter Obi.
Mo kí wa lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà nínú ilé yìí. Mo kí wa pa kú dédé àsìkò yìí àsìkò gbogbo ọjọ́ tí rí ẹdí odò bí bó ló ti rí lọ́dọ̀ yín. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ káalẹ́. Fídíò tí mo fẹ́ ṣe lónìí ó lè pẹ́ ó dẹ̀ lè má pẹ́ rárá. Mo kàn fẹ́ pe àwa Yorùbá nìkan ni fídíò yìí wà fún. Bí Yíbò bá wò ó sọ ohun tó bá rí. Ó lè má tẹ́ lọ́rùn o, mi ò apologize. Táwùsá bá dẹ̀ wò ọ́ Fúlàní, mi apologize. Mo kàn fẹ́ fi pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ ìyá mi tẹ́ dájọ́ jẹ́ Yorùbá ṣàkíyèsí ni. Kí ni mo ṣe fẹ́ pè wá ṣàkíyèsí ni pé gbogbo àwa tá sọ Ìgbòho di ọ̀tá tó jẹ́ Ìgbòho ti dọ̀tá wa nítorí pé ó tẹ̀lé Tinunbu. Mo fẹ́ bi wá pé tó ní kálukú bá ní ká dálẹ̀ ká tún ṣá o. Àràbù lọ̀rọ̀ tí ó wà lọ́rọ̀ Tinunbu tọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ fi hate ẹ̀. Ń tó sọ fún wa tá gbọ́ kó tó di kó di president àbò di governor. Ń tó sọ fún wa tá gbọ́ àbí lẹ́yìn tó ṣe governor tán kó tó di president. Ń tó sọ fún wa tá gbọ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ fi hate Tinunbu. Ẹni tó bá ní personal encounter pẹ̀lú Tinunbu rí tàbí tí Tinunbu ti ṣe àìdá fún rí nínú àwa tá hate ẹ̀yẹn ká wá sọ. Tó fi wá débi wípé anybody tó bá ti ní association pẹ̀lú Tinunbu, you people will hate him. Gbàgbéjì àwọn èèyàn ni mo lose tó jẹ́ followers mi nítorí Tinunbu. Hatred tẹ́lómi ní sí mi tó ti like mi gan tẹ́lẹ̀, hatred tó ní sí mi sí torí Tinunbu ni. The same thing la ṣe fún Sunday Igboho. 70% àwọn tó hate Igboho sin lọ́wọ́ yìí o. 70% wọn ló like ẹ̀ gan tẹ́lẹ̀ kódà tó ń ṣàdúrà fún kọ̀rọ̀. But as soon as tó dé tí Tinunbu dárí jẹ́ Yorùbá ti gbàgbé pé Tinúbú ló dáríjì o, Yorùbá ò rántí mọ́. Èpè náà ṣe fún Tinúbú sìn torí wípé Sunday Igboho jọ yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ bira wa léèrè béèrè ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo ni Igboho, ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo ni Tinúbú ṣe Yorùbá. Kó ní kálukú bí rẹ̀, èmi tí mo hate Tinúbú yìí o, personally ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo ló ṣẹ̀ mí? Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó ṣe oníkálukú ni pé Tinúbú jó lóṣèlú. Mo wá fẹ́ ká tán touch sí gbogbo àwọn tá a like, tán jó lóṣèlú ṣùgbọ́n tá a like wọn, tá a prefer wọn pé àwọn ni kí wọ́n máa lead wa. N tó funny jù ni pé 99% wọn kì í ṣe ìran Yorùbá. Wá irọ́ nìyẹn. 99% àwọn tá a like yìí wọn kì í ṣe ìran Yorùbá. But Tinúbú tó dẹ̀ràn Yorùbá tó gbóná wojú ẹkùn gbogbo wọn yẹn, I hate yẹ. Wọ́n á fẹ́ béèrè pé kí lẹ́ṣẹ̀ tó ṣẹ̀. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tẹ́ máa sọ kó ṣẹ̀ yẹn, mo wá fẹ́ wo àwọn tẹ́ like ṣé wọn níwú ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yẹn, ò la fẹ́ jókòó sọ lẹ́nu. Ẹni tí ó bá like tí mo fẹ́ ṣe, ó lè dìde kó má wo fídíò yìí. Mi ì dé apologize. But mo kàn fẹ́ kí a jọ ronú ni. Ẹni bá ní làákàyè ló lè wo fídíò yìí. Ní fídíò yìí dẹ̀ lè yìí. Ẹ̀sà mọ́mí wa dájú wa, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ gbé ìbínú àbí hatred ta ní sí Tinúbú, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ gbé tì, ká jọ jókòó wo fídíò yìí náà. Káwa náà jọ wò bóyá a lè rí ìrònú kan àbí kejì mú bẹ́ẹ̀. Now, everybody hate Tinúbú, most especially àwa Yorùbá. 70% wa hate Tinúbú. Tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ agbóló burúkú ni, àṣírí ni, ẹbí wọn pé kí ló ṣe. Ó kówó jẹ, ó lè ní ṣé láàrin ọdún mẹ́ta yìí, àbí gbà tó wà gọ́fúnà Èkó, àbí gbà tó wà l'Ékòó kó tó di president, nígbà wo ló kówó jẹ, irú owó wo ló kó jẹ. Àwọn tá a láìkì tá a ṣàdúrà fún tá a fẹ́ kán débẹ̀, mo mọ̀ pé Obi jẹ́ number 1. Obi number 1 ni. Kódà rí nínú tó hate Tinúbú, 50% wọn Obi náà like. Nínú 70% tó hate Tinúbú, Obi náà like. Tá lẹ́jọ́ jẹ́ Yorùbá, Obi náà like kò wá. 20% tó kù wọ́n like Àtíkù. Tájọ jẹ́ ìran Yorùbá o. Àwọn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Tinúbú ní Yorùbá bóyá lọ pé 10%. Ló fi jẹ́ pé fídíò tí mò ń ṣe yìí kò ní jọ mí lójú tí n bá rí 2,000 views for whole 24 hours. Kò ní jọ mí lójú. Tí n bá dẹ̀ rí bóyá 2 or 3 likes or no comment àbí comment bí méjì mẹ́ta, kó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn tó bá comment yẹn wọ́n máa bú mi ni, kò wá ní jọ mí lójú. Torí pé mo mọ̀ pé ẹni tọ́rọ̀ yìí ò pọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sòdodo fúnra wa first of all. Ṣé rí afẹ́ àpọ̀? Òdodo tó korò gan ni wípé 2027 tó ń bọ̀ yìí, 20 tó ń bọ̀ yìí o, mi lè sọ 2028, 2029, 2030 o, but 2027 tó ń bọ̀ yìí, pill oògùn tó korò tàbẹ́ fúnra wa lò ní pé a lè gba Yorùbá nation. Ní 2027 tá máa mú lọ́la yìí, oògùn tó korò tí mo fẹ́ lò fún wa ni wípé kò possible ká gba Yorùbá nation. Tá bá wá gba Yorùbá nation, báwo làwa Yorùbá ṣe máa wà ní freedom kúrò lọ́wọ́ Fúlàní? Òun náà ni ká fún Ìgbòho láyè kó gba security tó fẹ́ gbà. Ká tiẹ̀ wá wò ná pé ṣé lóòótọ́ ni máa yìí máa ṣe security yẹn àbí kò ní ṣe lóòótọ́ ní Ìgbòho capable àbí rárá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fún láyè yẹn náà ká wò. Now secondly ni wípé ká dù bá ṣe máa ṣe kí Yorùbá remain ní president. Láì kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tí Yíbò tàbí Fúlàní bá gbàjọba, mo fọlọ́ búra Yorùbá máa blame ara wọn. Kò sí irúfẹ́ tó ń kà ní sí Yíbò tàbí ọmọ Fúlàní tó, Yorùbá blame ara wọn. Torí Àtíkù àti Obi Fúlàní ni wọ́n. Ohun tó dájú ni pé Arẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá kọ́ náà fẹ́ fún presidential ticket. Òun kò tí ẹ̀ dù. Tàwa ló kù, ó kò ṣòwò rẹ̀. Ṣé jágajàga tí yẹn ṣe kiri, ẹ̀yìn rí ìṣe kó fẹ́ ṣe president láàrẹ̀. Okay, ó kù Mákindé láti PDP. Ǹjẹ́ tí ẹ tètè rí aláìsìnà kó mi ti tán lẹ́yìn ẹja PDP? Àbẹ́ ẹ̀ tí mọ̀ ẹ lọ wo òṣèlú. Ta ló wá tó kù? ó kù Tinunbu nìkan last man standing ó dẹ̀ ní gbogbo Yorùbá yéètì ó yá now mo wá fẹ́ torchlight àwọn tá a nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí àwọn tá a like. Number 1 ní Obi. Ta l'Obi? Ṣé lóòótọ́ l'Obi mọ́? Ṣé lóòótọ́ l'Obi jẹ́ ẹni ire tá a lè ṣàdúrà fún tá a fi lè máa ṣépè fún Tinunbu? Mo sọ fún wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan àwọn tó ní làákàyè nínú Yorùbá ni mo torí ẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe fídíò yìí. Mo fẹ́ pè wá jókòó. Ṣé rí lẹ́yìn fídíò yìí ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé kiri pé wọ́n ti fún bàbá Gbàgede lówó kó máa campaign fún Tinunbu. Wàhálà àti yín nìyẹn. Wọ́n fẹ́ kí kinní kan yé wa pé mo tó sọ mi ò rí Tinunbu sójú rí wọ́n náà wọ́n pé òun ló jókòó yìí òun ló dúró yìí òun ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ òun ló sùn yìí kémi náà wá rí kó ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. Mi ìbá Tinunbu sọ̀rọ̀ rí wọ́n náà wọ́n rí kò dẹ̀ rán sí mi rí. Kábà sọ pé ó lè má dóhun ló fún ẹ lówó ó lè dáwọn tó rán kó ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. Bọ̀ mo jókòó mo wo sàkún báwo ni wàhálà wa ò ṣe ní já sásán ní 2027 wàhálà tá ti ń bá bọ̀ ẹgbẹ̀gbà tá ti wà lórí ẹ̀ láti 2021 lórí kí Yorùbá má kí tiwa má gbé kí Yorùbá má jìyà gbé bí ò ṣe wá ní wọmi bí ò ṣe ní wọmi ìnira lè wá ìdẹ̀kùn dẹ̀ lè wá bọ̀ títa ríro ní Yorùbá sọ pọ́nkànlá. Ẹ má gbàgbé Tinunbu kọ́ ló rúlu wa láti 1960 Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́ kọjá yìí kí Tinunbu tó dé. Ẹ má retí mírèkù pé aṣáréwá fọdún 3 tó ṣẹ̀ lò yìí ṣe. Nǹkan tí mo kọ́kọ́ fẹ́ ká rò nìyẹn tí mo fẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ nìyẹn. Tó bá ń ṣe wẹ́rẹ́dẹ̀wẹ́rẹ́ tí n tó ń ṣe ò bá yé wa ẹ̀jẹ̀ á béèrè tí ẹ̀ nìyẹn náà. Ṣé èèyàn rí l'Obi? Ṣé ni dáadáa ni? Ẹ wo fídíò tá fi wọlé yẹn màá ní kàn play full video. Ọmọ Yíbò ló ṣe fídíò yẹn in fact ìpele ní ọmọ Yíbò kan ló Rufai ṣé ara ìsìnkà kí náà pé TV yẹn ló interview Obi sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ọmọ Yíbò gbé ó fi tákù ẹ̀ ọmọ Yíbò kan tó gbé ìkẹta ọmọ Yíbò míì tó wá gbé tó jóbìnrin. Táwọn ọmọ Yíbò bá ń torchlight Obi táwọn ọmọ Yorùbá fẹ́ kúlé lórí ẹgbọ́ báwo lọ́hun ṣe jẹ́. Nígbà tóbi wà ní gọ́fúnà ó yan banks 3 kan láàyò Diamond Bank wà nínú ẹ̀ àtàwọn banks 2 míì mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ lónìí àtòun fún rẹ̀ òun ni chairman báǹkì kan nínú mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ìkejì ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ ìkẹta ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ló ní banks mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta dẹ̀ ló kówó state tó rúlù sí. Anambra kọ́ ni Anambra yẹn state yẹn banks mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ló kówó wọn sí. Ẹgbọ́n iye tó kó síbẹ̀ òun la fi wọlé lẹ́ẹ̀kan máa ní company ẹ̀ full. Owó tó wá kó síbẹ̀ yẹn irú túwo ló fi àwọn state ẹ̀ pa. Doctors wọ́n strike fódìdí ọdún kan àtòṣù kan nígbà tó bí wà ní gọ́fúnà 1 year 1 month láwọn èèyàn fi kú lọ bìbà tí ò kí ẹ̀ tó wọ́n dẹ̀ wà ní banks tó dẹ̀ tọ́jú ẹ̀ pamọ́ tí ò ná tó fi ṣe business. Obi tá ń kọrin rèkì lẹ́nu ìsáyà tó máa gbà wá lẹ́nu yà ní Nàìjíríà tó bá di president. Ẹ jẹ́ ìṣòdodo fún wa lẹ́nu sáà tó bá dó lóṣèlú gbogbo wọn pátá scorpion ni wọ́n ṣe nù lẹ́nu nù ejò tí ò ṣe fàṣọnù lẹ́nu nù ni wọ́n. Àbárẹ́gbẹ́ṣọlá ẹ̀gbọ́n Funny Thinker bíbà bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní ká pè Chief Aláìmoore of Nigeria. Ẹ̀dùn everybody free láti join party tó bá wọn bọ̀ṣẹ́ wà nìyẹn ìwà náà wù yẹn lẹ́yìn tó ti jẹ lórí ewé tó ti mú lórí ewé tẹ́ ti jọ jẹ́ pa tẹ́ ti jọ bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ wà cross kó ń bẹ̀ ẹ wá lọ party mi gbogbo ọ̀nà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà anyways. Nínú gbogbo àwọn tó wá láwọn fọ́ ADC jálẹ̀ ta ni ò bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ nínú gbogbo wọn. Gbogbo wọn tá yàn láàyò yẹn tá nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí torí wọ́n ti jọ́ta Tinunbu àwọn náà máa contest against Tinunbu tá hate aláìkí wọn fún wọn láyè àbí gbogbo wọn pátápátá ta ni ò tí ì bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ nínú wọn rí vice president tó jóun gangan ní chairman auction committee privatization committee lọ́dà Ọbásanjọ́ fi ṣe chairman àwọn tó privatize gbogbo nǹkan ní wa ní Nàìjíríà odò Ògùn ló kù kan tà mọ́kùn state lórí àti bíríìjì Ẹnugádà láfẹ̀wá gbogbo nǹkan tó kù Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n privatize Àtíkù ló bà náà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ òun ló ta Nipa torí pé òun ló sponsor Maikano wọ Nàìjíríà generator refineries wa tí ò dáa àwọn tó ń ta generator ní òjò dáa Àtíkù sì ní chairman wọn ó dẹ̀ mẹ́rin ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tí Tinunbu try láti revive refinery wa ó ṣe kan wọ́n yìnbọn bùlú ni tó tún bàjẹ́ padà ẹ lọ gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn tó wọ authentic tán mọ̀ pa ẹ̀ ìjọba tó máa ṣàṣeyọrí lórí mo ní refinery refinery wa náà níbi tán ti ń ṣe epo tán ti ń fọ epo refinery wa náà ni wọ́n yìnbọn lù ní kí ni reason torí subsidy NEPA ńkọ́ gbogbo bí wọ́n ṣe ń tún plant wa ṣe pé kí wọ́n lè máa kán lè máa fún wa ní ìkíná pé megawatt tó pọ̀ kán lè máa generate ẹ̀ àwọn náà yìnbọn pa kí ni reason torí pé àwọn máa jèrè wọ́n á dẹ̀ tún máa ta generator fáwọn èèyàn ọdún ọlọ́ ti mú wọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ti já sí inverter sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló generator mọ́ bóyá sì máa lọ máa pa àwọn onífàtà náà ní sí àmọ́ Tinúbú data ìdè ó cancel subsidy láyé Goodluck Jonathan àwọn tó wà ní ìjáde epo wa they are all trillionaire why torí pé ó possible dáadáa ìwà ti lè wà nípò kan báyìí o lè gbọ́ block lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ó bá ti gbà wọ́n náà kàn lọ ní wà kàn lọ gbé vẹ́sù kan wá ní lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ní o wọ́n kàn gbé vẹ́sù kan wá kò sí kankan nú ẹ̀ o wọ́n dẹ̀ dọ̀gba president àti gbé full vẹ́sù wá iye báyìí owó wa wọ́n gbowó subsidy wọ́n dà sápò láì gbé nǹkan kan wá Nigeria at lost ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wà ń jọ wá àwọn yẹn náà fọ́ọ̀mù cartel sìn náà fọ́ọ̀mù ADC náà fẹ́ wá tó wúlò wá the Association of Disappointed Criminals ADC gbogbo náà wà disappointed kó nu party tán ti kúrò tó kó PDP ètò kó l'APC ètò kó ní APGA ètò kó kìíní kan torí pé wọn rí pòmù tó fẹ́ wá jẹ president dandan ṣé ẹrù fàáyì ní ká sọ tó jẹ́ atrocities tó pọ̀ mí tàtàwọn Fúlàní tó kó wọlé ní ò jẹ́ kí Senate approve as minister ìjọ ẹ̀ ló ti dọ̀ta Tinúbú tó ní wọn approve ẹ̀ wọlé àwọn ẹ̀nà kóra wọn jọ kò sẹ́ni tó dánú olóṣèlú gbogbo wọn látorí Tinúbú lórí gbogbo wọn tó kù ṣùgbọ́n sáà a known devil is better than a known prophet the worst tí Tinúbú máa ṣe ló ṣe fún wa tá à ń rí in as much tí wọ́n gba Buhari láyè kó lọ́dún mẹ́jọ ẹ̀tàn tí sọ́mọ́ dẹ̀ fàyà kí ló dé tí Tinúbú náà lè lọ́dún mẹ́jọ ẹ̀tàn tí sọ́mọ́ náà ní fàyà gbogbo àwọn tó kù táwọn kan lè pé kán wá wíyá aṣùnà tó máa tún ṣàdúrà fún Tinúbú ni táwọn yẹn náà bá tó dé bá a ṣe ń ṣàdúrà fún Buhari àti Goodluck mo fi tí mi gbọ́ táwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tó Buhari ò tiẹ̀ ní wá lára tó báyìí bá a ṣe máa sọ nìyẹn lọ́dọọdún until we take the bull by the horn gbogbo àwọn governors wa pátá lẹ́yìn bóyá nìkan nílẹ̀ Yíbò kò sí saints láàrin wọn they are all criminals gbogbo àwọn governors wa they are all criminals Tinúbú kówó tó pọ̀ fún wọn ẹbí wọn pé kí ló fi ṣe kí ni gbogbo àwọn governors wa fowó ṣe developmental project mélòó ló wà nílùú wọn tẹ́ bá ka marginal propensity to invest àti marginal propensity to steal marginal propensity to steal 90% ní sí marginal propensity to invest tí àwọn governors wá ṣe. Tí mo mean ni pé mo sọ̀rọ̀ economics in terms of economics ni mo fi sọ̀rọ̀. Tí mo sọ ni pé taba rate owó táwọn governors wá ń gbà lọ́dọ̀ federal, taba rate ẹ̀ sí owó bí wọ́n ṣe invest sílùú 10 to 90 ni 10 ratio 90 to 10 ni owó táwọn kó jẹ àti ìtàn invest 90% náà kó jẹ wọ́n invest 10%. Ìyẹn tó bá ti invest rárá, àwọn state míì wà tán ti ẹ̀ rí efficacy pé government wà ń bẹ̀. Àwọn senators wá ń kọ́ tí wọ́n gba kí náà pa allowance, constituency allowance, kí náà ṣe wọ́n gbé dé constituency wọn, bọ́n ṣe ń gbà náà ṣe ń kó sápò, developmental project inú family wọn náà fi ṣe. We are all shifting the whole blame on Tinunbu. Ṣé gbogbo wọn lè yan re? Let us ask ourselves. Ta lẹni tá lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà fún ní gbogbo wọn pé tó bá débẹ̀ tó bá rú wọn á jẹ Nàìjíríà máa dáa? None of them. None. In exception of nobody. In exception of none of them. Gbogbo wọn pátá àpò wọn ni wọ́n dù. Every one of them àpò wọn náà dù. Ẹni tá ti wá rí tó ti ń ṣe lọ, kí ló dé tá fún láyé kò ṣe tán? Bàbá ó máa bàjẹ́ ni ó máa tún ṣe fílẹ̀ bí ó ṣe tó fẹ́ ṣe tán kárí. Láàárín ọdún mẹ́jọ yẹn ṣáá, dandan ni fún àwa Yorùbá láti get out. But a lè get out tí Igbo bá wà ńbẹ̀, a lè get out tí Fúlàní bá wà ńbẹ̀, a lè get out táwùsá bá wà ńbẹ̀, àfi kí Yorùbá wà ńbẹ̀. Adẹ́fí kọ́mọ Yorùbá kan ranjú mọ́ kó náà yọjú sí ó ní Ìgbòho ṣe. So wá wọ́ọ̀tì ká búgbò àbí kò wọ́ọ̀tẹ̀? Ẹ fi Ìgbòho lẹ̀. Ibi yẹ kó wà lásìkò yìí ló wà yẹn. N tó yẹ kó ṣe lásìkò yìí ló ń ṣe yẹn. Tó bá káàfé fún Tinunbu tí ẹ yé. Torí mo wo sàkún gbogbo àwọn táwọn pọ́n létà rò pé èèyàn ni wọ́n. Ẹ lọ wo past records wọn. Ta ni ò ti gbàpò tí rí inú wọn, ta ni ò ti rúùlù wa rí? Kí ni wọ́n mú bọ̀ bí tán fi rúùlù wa? Kí ni wọ́n mú bọ̀? Tí Yorùbá bá continue ní realms tá ń bá lọ yìí, tá à ń ṣe gbóhùn, tá à ń ṣe tá à ń gbé trade, ẹ mọ̀ pé Tinunbu gan wò wá pa like òun. Ẹ mọ̀ pé owó wà. Ṣẹ́ni tẹ́ ẹ̀ like. Ṣẹ́ni ẹ lè kú gìrì gba nǹkan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Possible. Àfi káwa náà nífẹ̀ẹ́. Ká lè béèrè ta fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. A fẹ́ akọ̀ a nídìí Tinunbu. Ògbẹ́nu mo fi sọ. Àwa Yorùbá fẹ́ akọ̀ a nídìí ẹ̀. Tọ́mọ Fúlàní bá ń so mọ́ tí wọ́n tó ń gbèjẹ, ta tó rí náà Yíbò tán tó ń pọnlé, táwa Yorùbá wá rí díkò ẹ̀ gbogbo gbà. Àní tí mò ń sọ ìṣẹ́ ni mo pa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ míì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní, mo mọ̀ pé màá tó fi lose subscribers ni. I don't care. Ọlọ́run tí n bá kí ẹ̀ ló yẹ kí n ti panu nǹkan ìmọ̀ látijọ́ yìí, kémi náà ti máa parọ́, kátijọ́ máa parọ́ fúnra wa, views àsáré wá gbúrú bẹ̀tì mo ń tàn yẹn náà. Ẹ jẹ́ agbára wa sòdodo ọ̀rọ̀. Barrister ó ní ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa sòtítọ́ o. So wá ń dá bẹ́ẹ̀ kó rúfọ orúkọ wa láti bàjẹ́. Àwa Yorùbá nǹkan ṣe wá. Gullibility dẹ̀ ló dà wá láàmú. Hatred ló kó bá wa. Hatred. That man has done nothing wrong so much to our we Yorùbás. Dandan ó afẹ́ akọ̀ tó bá tún padà débẹ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ kí ni ká ṣe? A ti mọ̀ pé kò possible 2027 kí Yorùbá nation wáyé. Kí ló dé tàkùkù sọ́kọ́ tí kọmọ ìyá wa débẹ̀? Ókè ká wá bèèrè ta fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Tòmí o tèmi rò pé yẹ ká ṣe nìyẹn. Nítorí nǹkan tààrò ẹgbọ́n Tóbi ṣe nígbà Tóbi wà gọ́fúnà. Bá ń play fídíò yẹn full. Ẹsẹ̀ tílẹ̀ o. Obi ìṣe kí ló ń pè mẹ́sáyà àbí ẹgbọ́n Tóbi ṣe bá ń play ẹ̀.
Yeah, as a governor, Peter Obi was one of the most dubious and the most heartless governor that you can ever imagine in this country called Nigeria. After I left office, all right, so he's getting those same people that he did terrible things to start singing. Yeah, as a governor, Peter Obi was one of the most dubious and the most heartless governor that you can ever imagine in this country called Nigeria. After I left office, all right, so he's getting those same people that he did terrible things to start singing his praises and clapping for him. You must have seen a video where he was bragging in an interview with Rufai, saying, oh, this was how he left 12 billion naira and $50 million in 3 different bank accounts. 12 billion naira and $50 million in 3 separate bank accounts.
I left money in 3 banks. Those 3 banks are there. You can go there. In fact, after this interview, I have in my little office here a photocopy. I will give you photocopy of my handover note, including the balances of that account as I did I left office, issued by the banks. I left in Access Bank, which is still there. 12 billion naira, $50 million. And I'm going to give you a copy.
12 billion naira and $50 million in Access Bank.
I left in Diamond Bank. 12 billion naira, $50 million.
In Diamond and
Diamond. I left in Fidelity Bank. 12 billion naira, $50 million.
$50 million in these 3 accounts. And
$150 billion and 36 billion.
In Diamond Bank, he left, according to him, he left 12 billion naira, $50 million. In Access Bank account, he left 12 billion naira, $50 million. In Fidelity Bank account, he left 12 billion naira and $50 million. I thought about it and I said, okay, let's even find out. Let's check something. I discovered something very, very worrisome. The Diamond Bank, at about the time that Peter Obi was governor, the chairman of Diamond Bank was Peter Obi's brother in Anambra State, who is the Obi of Onitsha. His name is Igwe Unameka Achebe. He was the chairman of Diamond Bank when Peter Obi was governor. So what's happened there was very, very simple. Peter Obi just collected Anambra State money, dropped it in his brother's account for businessmen to be collecting and doing business. Just imagine. Let's pause for a while based on that. Let's move to the other bank. Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank was Peter Obi's bank. Peter Obi had the highest shares in Fidelity Bank. So what he did was collect that same amount that he has given to his brother, collected that same amount, kept it in his own bank to be doing business, Anambra State's own funds. Access Bank was the chairman of Access Bank, was also his friend. What Peter Obi did was keep that money there for them to be running business. Why he kept all of this money there? The total now, 12 billion times 3, which is 36 billion naira. $50 million times 3, which is $150 million. You can imagine how much. At about that time, even check the value of that currency, of that money at about that time. So Peter Obi kept all of this money in these separate bank accounts for them to be running business. Meanwhile, doctors went on strike in Anambra State for 13 good months. What were they looking for? Increment of salary. Peter Obi said, no, there's no money. You guys, if you want to stay at home, stay at home. The doctors came back to work, not because Peter Obi gave them what they were looking for, out of pity for the people of Anambra State that we are dying in hospitals. Just imagine 1 year plus, no doctor in hospitals. Imagine how many people must have died. 1 year and 1 month, no doctor in hospitals. People died in Anambra State. Peter Obi kept those money in his own bank and in his friends' banks and his brother's bank, just for them to be running business. People died, no jokes. Moving away from that, fire service firefighters in Anambra State, their hazard allowance until Peter Obi left was 10 naira. 10 naira. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 naira. That be their hazard allowance. people that would risk their lives to fight fire. They were complaining. Peter Obi said, no money. You have to fight. They kept fighting. It took Willie Obiano to increase that 10 naira to about, how much was, I've forgotten how much, about 20-something naira, 20,000 naira. You know. This same Anambra State, when Peter Obi was governor, Peter Obi increased tuition fees in state-owned university. He increased the tuition fee from 20-something thousand to 120-something thousand naira. You can imagine how much 120-something thousand naira was at about the time. How many parents were able to pay 120-something thousand naira at about that time? You know the value of money that time. Peter Obi did it heartlessly. When people were complaining, he said education is not for the poor. So if you are not able to pay, you better drop out. A lot of people stopped going to school. A lot of dropouts, a lot of Anambra State citizens dropped out from school. Peter Obi said, no money. If you can't pay, then stay at home. This same Peter Obi levied market women to be paying money that they were not, that they didn't think they were supposed to pay. Poor market women. These market women, they went to the government house to open protest. Peter Obi used police and everybody to chase them out. When they complained, Peter Obi said, no money in the state, so I have to levy you people to have money in the state. Well, meanwhile, 36 billion naira was cooling in 3 different banks. $150 million just stay for bank. They cool off. They use after they do business. And Anambra State people, they suffer. This same Peter Obi. This same Peter Obi that is now talking. There was no hospital, no airport, no railway, nothing at all. As in, that particular money that was meant to cater for the people of Anambra State was being used to run businesses by just private individuals. They use after they run their separate businesses. It wasn't as though Anambra State was very, very developed that, there was nothing else to do with money. Then he had to keep the money. Anambra State was decaying. State yourself not did there. We see the FT play, but to even hate people that wanted to even go into sports. Build sports facilities to aid these people, their training. Nothing like that. Anambra State athletes that went for sports festival in Lagos, they were begging in Lagos State for them to even feed or even pay their transport back home. Peter Obi was governor then. He kept all of this money in his friends and his own bank for them to be running business. When asked later, what did you achieve in Anambra?
Soludo said that you did not leave any tangible legacy in your state. Can I ask you to explain why Mr. Soludo is wrong?
When people ask me what did you do in Anambra State, I said I brought civility and order in governance. At least I brought an ordered behavior. You see, often at time, are people looking for physical infrastructure as a model? No. There's a difference between even people having what you call ordered behavior.
So inculcating a culture.
A culture of ordered behavior, a pattern, a discipline. And people can say, this man is doing the right thing.
That's his legacy. This is the same Peter Obi that people are saying, he should become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I laugh. We have to start looking deep into what these guys have done in their states, because if Peter Obi was never a governor, I sure see everybody for don't they cry for this state, don't they weep for grass, say, this man I got nice and come, he has to be president because he has everything that it takes. But no. Funny enough, this guy has been a governor for 8 years. Then we have to look at his record. What has he done? What did he do when he was governor for 8 years? He kept money in his bank account, in his friend's bank account, and his brother's bank account, while the state was decaying. People were dying, schools were shutting down, people were... What did they happen? Now this same man now say when he become a president for Nigeria? Hell no. Hell no. We can't afford to make that kind of a mistake. We'll keep speaking and we'll keep letting the people know the truth about this particular person. Because Peter Obi did not just fall from the sky. He has been with us. Check his records. Thank you very much.
Obi nìyẹn, very good man. Messiah, àwọn kan gbà pé Messiah ni. Ṣebí t'Obi nìyẹn, ẹ jẹ́ gbé tàtíkù náà wá. Nígbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ wà lórí oyè gẹ́gẹ́ bí president, kó má jẹ́ pé vice òun ò ṣiṣẹ́, ó mú Àtíkù ó fi ṣe chairman privatization committee. Wọ́n ní àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan wà Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ pé káwọn tà dànù, wọ́n ta Nepa, wọ́n sọ Nepa di Prisco, kán tó ta Nepa náà ti sọ di Prisco, ngbòyà ni wọ́n kúkú tà outrightly pé káwọn privatize kó jẹ́ àwọn private entity ni wọ́n máa wá ṣe. Wọ́n sọ di Prisco, ṣe Prisco àbí ó dà pé ọ̀sà privatize ẹ̀ṣà ó di Prisco as I think, ó di nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé disco Ìbàdàn IBDC kìíní kan oríṣiríṣi ni wọ́n tà fún káàkiri bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹnìkan ló ra ti Ìbàdàn ló wà ní charge Ogun State, ló ń supply dé Ogun State distribution company. Ìkẹjà ìyẹn wà lọ́tọ̀, Benin ìyẹn wọ́n sàtà káàkiri bẹ́ẹ̀. Àtíkù ló wà ní charge. Ohun tó wá ṣe ni pé ohun tó wọ̀ ti 10,000 naira 1,000 Àtíkù tà. Àwọn wo dẹ̀ ló tà fún? Ó tà fún girlfriend ẹ̀ tọ́wọ́ pápá, ó tà fún girlfriend ẹ̀, ó tà fáwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀, òun náà rà nù ẹ̀ nínú àwọn properties Nàìjíríà tó privatize. Ẹ lọ ká my wash tí Ọbásanjọ́ kọ. Látijọ́ tí Àtíkù ti privatize Nepa wa láti rí mú mọ́. Mo wá fẹ́ ká fi ojú ayọ̀ wa wo fídíò yìí. Àwọn Messiah tá ń gbójúlé ni mò ń sọ yìí o, tí Tinunbu fi jẹ́ ní ibi, táwọn tó kù fi jẹ́ ní ire. Kẹ́ lè mọ̀ pé ìkan náà nìkan ń ó kúkú bẹ́tà ká stick sí ìtànjẹ́bọ̀ lọ́dún mẹ́rin yìí, kákú jẹ́ fọ́dún mẹ́jọ ká mọ̀ pé tó kọ́dún mẹ́jọ ẹ wá tó pé ń ṣe ní gbogbo Yorùbá máa wá lọ bẹ lọ́hùn pé kádùá wa ti gbà before ọdún mẹ́jọ. Àdúrà àkọ́kọ́ ni pé kí security ìran wa yìí kó ti tight, kó ti di nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé Fúlàní ò ní kàn lè wọlé wa wá mọ́. Irú ẹkùn tí wọ́n ní Ìgbòho fẹ́ gbé wá kọ́lọ́ ti jẹ́ kó ti di nǹkan gan-an. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn tó gbé wá wọ́n bastardize Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. Buhari mọ̀ọ́mọ́ approve Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn gbà torí kó di sọ lẹ́nu, àmọ́ ó decapitate wọn, kò jẹ́ kán lágbára. Tó bá lágbára ó máa lágbára against Fúlàní. Bọ́ Yorùbá ló wà ń bẹ̀ sí, ọmọ Yorùbá dẹ̀ ló fẹ́ gba security. Tinunbu ò ní any reason láti decapitate ìlú ẹkùn. Mo tó ra wọn kan náà kíní kan ẹkùn àpapọ̀ gbogbo wọn. Ìlú ẹkùn yẹn ká má wàá gbàgbé, kì í ṣe just anybody ló máa wà nú ẹ̀. Àwọn confam tí wọ́n tán láyà kókó bí ìnàkí, àwọn tó àyà wọn lé. Security ní kọ́kọ́ kàn, security yẹn ni ká jọ ṣiṣẹ́ lé kọ́ lọ jẹ́ kan fún wa. Ká kọ́kọ́ secure territory wa náà, ká ṣe máa wá bá tó kù lọ. Ó tá bá continue hatred sí Tinunbu, we will deny ourselves a lot of things. La máa deny ìran yìí, a lot of things. La máa deny ìran yìí. Torí pé gbàtà bá kórìí rẹ̀ tá à ń ṣiṣẹ́ fẹ́ lóhun ṣáàtì ẹ̀ nílàkàyè ni. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún ran mi, ṣé ran mi máa wá ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa ni? Ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bá wọn pariwo Obi ní kíní kan, ṣé Yíbò ń jọ̀wọ́ lẹ́yìn ti rí Yíbò, gbogbo Yíbò 99% Yíbò ló ti Tinunbu. Kí dẹ̀ náà fi hẹ̀tẹ̀ nítorí Obi? 99% Yíbò, 1% tó kù ní òdìnà ní òhètẹ̀. Àwọn 1% ọ̀hún torí pé wọ́n rí jẹ́nu ìjọba ẹ̀mí. Hatred tó fojú hàn lọmọ Yíbò ń ṣe sí Tinunbu náà fún àwa Yorùbá náà dẹ̀ tó fi hatred yẹn hàn. Àwa Yorùbá náà torí kí ló le tó yẹn? fìdí síta à ń tọ́ sínú ilé afẹ́ akọ̀ àfi kájà ń tà fẹ́ dágbà lọ́wọ́ ọkùnrin kíran wá lè ní security. Èmi ò sọ pé òun ló máa gba Yorùbá nation fún wa, mi lè sọ pé kò ní gbà fún wa, kò sí mi sọ yẹn tó rọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ sọ pé ṣé Tinúbú ló máa gba Yorùbá nation ṣé wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá ìdá Ṣátìkù ló fẹ́ ní kọ́ má pa wá mọ́, àbóbì ló fẹ́ dé ló fẹ́ ní kọ́ má pa wá mọ́. Ẹjẹ́ àjọ máa tọ́ra wa dé play lọ́rọ̀ wa dé play. Àwa la máa gbára wálẹ̀, àwa la máa gbára wálẹ̀, àwa la máa security wa ní káwa dù. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kán fún àdúrà mi lójúmọ́ ní ẹ̀wọ̀ Ọlọ́run ní tí gbòòwò torí ẹ̀dà tán náà fẹ́ fún yọ náà jẹ́ kán fún o, kán dẹ̀ fún ní full authority láti operate. Kí Fúlàní wa mọ̀ pé àwọn dáràn níran wa, ìran tiwa ló kan èmi ń tó bá wù kó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ìran mi, kí ìran tiwa bá já mọ́ àwọn náà káwọn náà dùn pé àwa náà fẹ́ gba security ká fi secure region tiwa náà, but region Yorùbá yìí kí security yẹn sá tight. Irú tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Jos kó má wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ràn wá ń bí ìyẹn ló kan èmi. Ẹ̀sà tá a bá kàn tún láti máa tako Tinúbú a lè rí gbà nóbì láì, a lè rí security yẹn gbà. Ìyẹn ló fà á tí Ìgbòho fi ń ṣe tó ń ṣe yìí. Now mẹ́sáyà wa kejì Àtìkù, ẹni kejì táwọn èèyàn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí, wọ́n hate Tinúbú, wọ́n like Obi. Mo ti sọ atrocities tó bì ṣe. Ẹjọ́ kan nìyẹn nínú gbàgbéjẹ́ lọ bẹ ọmọ Anambra, nínú gbàgbéjẹ́ atrocities tó bì commit. I said olóṣèlú àdìsẹ́, olóṣèlú kọ̀ọ̀kan ò ṣe ń gbèjà. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́tẹ́ tóbi bá débẹ̀ ó bá falẹ̀ ya, àwọn tó ti ń ṣe látijọ́ yóò ṣe falẹ̀ ya, àwọn tó ti ń ṣe látijọ́ yóò ṣe falẹ̀ ya. Ó máa tún gbẹgbẹ ṣe eré ajé kíkan Anambra ò ṣe dá Amẹ́ríkà. Náà Àtìkù náà débẹ̀ ó ta gbogbo nǹkan ní wa. Kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Nipa? Bàbá kan tó mọ inside out ní tó ṣẹlẹ̀, mo fẹ́ ká tún wo fídíò yìí kẹ́yìn náà gbọ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Nipa. Ó yá ẹ bá ń play ẹ̀.
Àṣírí ti tú pápátá. Yorùbá pòwe wọ́n ní pé tí ló bá lọ fún 20 ọdún ọjọ́ kan lóòótọ́ máa bá. Fídíò tẹ́ ń wò yìí máa fàbalẹ̀ play fún láti bẹ̀ẹ̀ dópin, ẹ má gbé kúrò ń bẹ̀, ẹ fàbalẹ̀ wo nǹkan tó fà á tí náà ò fi da. Ẹ máa rí àwọn èèyàn wọn ya ọ̀dájú, àwọn olóṣèlú mi wà tó yẹ pé tó bá fẹ́ débi kan wọ́n á kọ́ fìyà jẹ mẹ̀kúnnù, pọ̀ wọn ọ̀kọ́ kí èèyàn 1 million kú nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́ dórí oyè, nítorí pé fẹ́ ba ìjọba APC jẹ́, torí pé ẹ̀fẹ́ kọ́ dìbò fáwọn APC ní 2027. Ẹ wá sàkámọ́ sí abẹ́ Nipa, oríṣiríṣi ìkànnì sábàámọ́ sí o. Àwọn kan ló wà nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ Boko Haram yìí swap tí wọ́n fi ń ba ìjọba bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinúbú jẹ́, tí wọ́n fi ń ba ìjọba APC jẹ́ nítorí káwọn bá dìbò fún wọn ní 2027. Kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ìkànnì yín o. Ẹran tí ẹrọ tàwọn mẹ̀kúnnù náà ẹ fẹ́ bá ìjọba yẹn nìkan jẹ́, ẹ wá máa pa èèyàn. Nítorí olóyin fáǹsì mi, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi share fídíò yìí, ẹ kọ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà rí fídíò tẹ́ ń wo yìí máa play fún yín láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ dópin. Ológo Ọlọ́run gbogbo tó wá bá Nàìjíríà yìí jẹ́ Ọlọ́run á bá mú wọn, Ọlọ́run á tú àṣírí gbogbo wọn, àṣírí gbogbo wọn máa tú pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run. Ẹ mọ̀ pé náà tẹ̀yìn ṣe ségesège yìí ó ń bẹ̀rù àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tó yẹ pé iná ẹ̀ làwọn fi ń jẹun. Oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ mi wà tó pé látìgbà tí náà yẹn ò ti da wọn ò lè jẹun mọ́, wọn ò lè live. Àwọn kan wà tó pé wọ́n ń ṣe business tó yẹ pé náà fi ń ṣe business, gbòǹgbà tí náà ò ti da mọ́ wọn ò lè ṣe kí ni wọn ò lè live, kò tí wọn tó yẹ fi bọ́yàwó àtọmọ. Nítorí pé fẹ́ ba ìjọba kan jẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ balọ́jẹ́ fún wa kó dá o. Ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run ẹ gba Nipa yẹn lọ́wọ́ private, ẹ já padà sí under government, ẹ kí government kọ́ máa rán ọ̀nà ẹ̀ fúnra wọn. Ẹ̀yin fáàsì mi aburú ó tóbi kò ní jẹ́ ti yẹn nímọ̀ nira, ẹ farabalẹ̀ wo fídíò yìí láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ dópin, má gbé kúrò.
So now nǹkan tí òde ká níná tí náà ṣe ségesège ni pé àwọn oríṣi iná méjì bíi ọ̀nà méjì náà ti generate iná fún wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè. Wọ́n lo omi, wọ́n dẹ̀ lo gas. But olómi ní Kanji dam àti Shiroro dam, àwọn náà lo olómi. Àwọn tán lo gáàsì ní Ẹ̀gbìn, àwọn Ọmọtọ́ṣọ́ káàkiri káàkiri lọ sí gbogbo Akwa Ibom river, olùgbọ̀n wọn yẹn lo gáàsì ni wọ́n lò. So ìgbà tó di pé wọ́n privatize Nipa ní 2013, ó ládéhùn tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú federal government. Àdéhùn ni pé iléeṣẹ́ tó ń wọ́n ra yìí o, àwọn fún wa ní free prepaid meter alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ nù. Ẹlẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ gbogbo transformer tó ti weak tí kò dáa, àwọn upgrade àwọn change ẹ̀. Gbogbo wáyà tí ó dáa tó kó àwọn change gbogbo ẹ̀. Ìgbà tó wọ́n ra iléeṣẹ́ tán, àwọn alùpùpù bọ́n ṣe ra iléeṣẹ́ tán, owó náà tá mọ̀ sanwó yẹn pọ̀ o. Gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wọn gbọ́dọ̀ mọ charge wọn lówó pọ̀, àwọn mọ̀ san subsidy lọ́sàn àbọ̀yẹ san lórí petrol, àwọn mọ̀ san. Tí President Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinúbú náà wá dé ní last wá pè wọ́n wá, kí ló fa iná tí ò dá lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí? Wọ́n ní nǹkan méjì ló lè ṣe tó lè jẹ́ kí iná dá. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ kan import prepaid meter wọlé sáfù wa free ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì debt tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ti jẹ kí wọ́n san ìyẹn subsidy because àwọn tán ra gáàsì láwìn tán ra gbá tán ra àwọn tán fi generate náà wọn lówó wọn gbà tó èló ni debt yẹn wọ́n ní 6.3 trillion ní ewu debt tí wọ́n jẹ láti 2013 December president wa ní debt yìí ti pọ̀ jù àwọn olùgbé gbẹ́dàgbọ́n mi lè jádùn tó pọ̀ tó báyìí ó yá ẹ lọ investigate ẹ audit figure yìí wọ́n dẹ̀ ránwọ̀nyí láti CBN Ministry of Finance àtàwọn jẹ́ńkò náà àti disco ó yá bàtà wọ́n tàlẹ́ lọ́jọ́ padà kọ́ mọ̀ pé 2.8 trillion owó yẹn jẹ́ not ṣùgbọ́n tó fi dájú pé ẹ̀ ń parọ́ lé léègbé àwọn ò lè sanwó yìí 2.8 yìí ló san gbàtó dẹ̀ di December last year President Tinunbu fún wọn ní 501 billion pétọ̀ wọ́n rèsì bond pé àwọn ti san owó yìí wọ́n tó di January wọ́n tó fún wọn ní 600 billion tàbí wọ́n ti ń sanwó yẹn lọ so àwọn àwọn òpin bóyá àwọn náà ti ń wò ó sẹ́kẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan náà ló ní kàbá èèyàn bá ti ní kàbá ní wọ́n ìdílé ní kàbá ní pàwà ìrọ̀ àtàn kó jẹnẹrétọ̀ wọlé bóyá àwọn náà ti ń dọ́gbọ́n tí náà ìbá lè da jẹnẹrétọ̀ ní tàmọ́ ìgbàkùn ní ṣe so gbogbo nǹkan báyìí náà wọ́n náà tún ti mọ̀ tọ̀ bó ṣe sanwó ìlọ bàbá tún kó mítà wọlé because láyé gba president Muhammadu Buhari wọ́n ṣe láti kó mítà yẹn wọlé wọ́n frustrate ẹ̀wọ̀n nìkan rí mítà yẹn kó wọlé but láti last year ni president Tinubu ti rí mítà yẹn kó wọlé lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ bàtà kó mítà dé wọ́n ní kẹ́pẹ́ faraàlú ẹ̀yin dúró pé bande lè fẹ́ fún ní mítà torí bande yẹn owó tó ń charge wọn 225 naira per unit ni wọ́n charge wọn wọ́n rí owó bẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ ń rí èrè gidi gan bẹ̀ pé náà wọ́n fẹ́ fún tó àwọn bá cd nǹkan àwọn náà èèyàn ní wọ́n fún wọn rárá wọ́n àti ọmọ àpẹẹrẹ bàtà ń pín lọ wọ́n pín lọ ó tó di January wọ́n tó kó báàjì mítà mi wọlé èyí tó wá kó wọlé láti ní February pàtàkì wọn pé mítà tó ṣe ẹ̀kan pé ní mínísítà fi pariwo ní port pétọ̀ mítà yẹn ní gbogbo kíní ẹ̀dùnkú fẹ́rẹ́ pétọ̀ mítà yẹn mọ fún aráàlú ní ọ̀fẹ́ mínísítà òde dárúkọ bande ọkọ̀ dárúkọ bande ẹ fún aráàlú náà sọ mítà yẹn náà tún lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wá ní pé àwọn ọmọ fún bande and b tó gbogbo yẹn náà ti tẹ́kẹ̀ tán bí náà tó wá fèsì ìgbà yẹn àwọn náà wá dúró pétọ̀ tọ́rọ̀ bá ń lọ báyìí náà tábà lọ wà ní díà yìí ni gbogbo wa wà gbogbo àtàn lo IBDC of our business of UK tí wàá fẹ́ bá wa láàrin yòó tá àbáyé tiẹ̀ múra pàtàkì ó capacity transformer yìí náà bó ṣe wíìkì tó ó lè gbé náà báńsì jáde iná tọ́kì báńsì ni pé ọjọ́ tàbárí náà àárín náà 12 hours bọ́tọ́ bá rí náà 12 hours ní gbogbo across the feeder at least yóò fi ẹ̀ ní complain púpọ̀ mọ́ gbogbo oníṣẹ́ owó ìṣẹ́ ṣe everybody yóò fi làbì okay adẹ̀ tẹ́ strong kìíní after bàtàrí láti Ìbàdàn ní nǹkan tán claim pẹ̀tọ̀ alọ́bàdàn ní October 8 last year adẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ibi tá a sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn náà ti ọ̀dà ìpẹ̀tọ̀ increase megawatt yẹn wọ́n dẹ̀ increase adẹ̀ rí náà 12 hours yẹn kó ṣe pé transformer yóò lè gbé pẹ̀lú existing cable tí wọ́n ní yóò gbé wọ́n fún one time yẹn ìgbà tó ti yá tí àwọn new manager tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ìdè lóyin náà lọ sí ilẹ̀ ibi nǹkan tó ń bá nílẹ̀ yìí tó máa ní kó mọ̀ continue ó ti ti kó mọ̀ ro ẹ̀pà tó bá ṣe dáadáa aráàlú ó sanwó tó má dẹ̀ rí iná ó sanwó fi kíní kalẹ̀ ó ló lè san ìkọ́ tó bá continue báyẹn ó bọ́ sí bùkán query pé òòrò owó yẹn pa wọlé tájẹ̀ tán fún omi tọ̀ àwọn náà wà ní continue kan rí mi báyìí kí àmọ̀jẹ̀ wá nítorí ìwọ̀n bẹ̀rù tó níbi tó bá ti ṣe tẹfọmọlúwàbí sí tẹ̀rẹ̀ fún wọn ládùúgbò nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ táwọn wà ní sanwó náà tani wo ní iná bí tí ẹgbẹ̀rẹ̀ lò ní níná onífìlàpì tó fún wa àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àgbẹ̀sẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan táwọn adé ń lé lọ ni pé káwọn èèyàn rí iná fi ṣiṣẹ́ káàdé lè rí free meter gbà ṣùgbọ́n tó máa ti parí bí tán sí ni yóò kàn àwa rí mi ní díà yìí táwọn òbí adé àyè gan bí ó di 2029 kó tó lè kà wọ́n so ìdí èyí àwa ò fẹ́ àwọn agitéètì kìíní ẹ̀wọ̀n náà yí wa kò cooperate pẹ̀lú wa dídí bá a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ìyẹn náà ń lọ gbà tó wọ́n ń lọ so lórí iná tí kò wá dáa kí n padà síbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n mo ti máa gé tó rẹ̀ so now iná tí kò dáa yìí àwọn tó wọ́n lo gáàsì náà fi ń jẹnẹrétì náà fún wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè ìgbà tí president sanwó tí wọ́n jẹun sanlá rẹ̀ kí ló yẹ kán ṣe tí bẹ́ẹ̀ kán ṣètò gbọ́n tán gbàmí gáàsì gbàgbà àwọn lọ́wọ́ wọn kán lè mọ fi gáàsì jẹnẹrétì náà so inú sì dédé nǹkan tí ṣìrórò àti kanji tó ń jẹnẹrétì kan kò lè tó wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè wọn náà wá ń ṣe àfún gbogbo wa.
atrocities tí wọ́n commit nítorí pé àkọ́kọ́ wọ́n fẹ́ bàjọba Tinubu jẹ́ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì wọ́n fẹ́ bà iná jẹ́ kí jẹnẹrétọ̀ bá máa kó lè máa jẹ́ títà ta ló fà Àtíkù òun ló ta gbogbo nǹkan ní Nàìjíríà kódà Nigeria Airways òun ló ta the funnest part ni pé arẹ́njí wá ní gbogbo tó tà yẹn o àwọn ará wọn náà tà fún lówó pọ́kú Ọbásanjọ́ kọ sínú my watch pé owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ Àtíkù ó ló lè tó ṣe Nàìjíríà ní budget for bóyá 50 years àbí 200 years ló kọ síbẹ̀ tó wà lọ́wọ́ Àtíkù nìkan. Although people were asking him where were you when Àtíkù was embezzling this kind of huge sum of money, where were you? People were asking him that. So who is Messiah in this country? Who is Messiah? Àwọn tó jọ kóra wọn síbẹ̀ tẹ́ bá gbọ́ ti tẹ́rù fàáyì panu mọ́ ni oná bá pò lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí Àbíròtìmí Amechi ká nínú wọn tó jẹ́ pé Messiah tí mo lè rí nobody. Mo sọ pé a known devil is better than an unknown prophet. Ẹni táwa Yorùbá kórìíra gan-an mo ṣe ń bi wá pé let us ask ourselves, what crime has this man committed? Ìdí tá a fi nínú and then ẹgbọ́n bọ́n ṣe sọ pé ó ń gbówó lẹ̀ gbogbo effort ẹ̀ lórí kí Nàìjíríà dá wọ́n truncate ẹ̀ ni wọ́n truncate effort yẹn. Why? Because they want you and I to continue hating him. Wọ́n fẹ́ ká máa hate ẹ̀ lọ. Ní ìgbà tí ó kọ́kọ́ yọ subsidy ìgbà tó kọ́kọ́ dé tí Tinunbu kọ́kọ́ dé, governance tó ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ was state, this is federal. Federal yàtọ̀ sí state. Torí pé n tó rò ní pé kóun tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ kó àwọn governors yẹn mọ́ra kóun fún wọn lówó kán fi tún aráàlú kán ná fáráàlú kára tó aráàlú gbogbo allocation ní kálukú bíi times 10 ẹni gba 1 billion tẹ́lẹ̀ dẹ́ tó gba 10 billion oyin gbogbo bó ṣe rówó subsidy tó rówó subsidy tó reserve ó ń kó sí state. Ask our governors, where are this money? Tinunbu ní gbogbo àpariwo àwọn governors wa ń kọ́ kí náà fowó yẹn ṣe. Where are this money? Gbogbo wọn kó sí different bank account wọ́n fi dolówó sí. Mélòó ló ná láti fi rọ aráàlú lọ́rùn? Nígbà tó ká lára sí ó lọ import rice wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní pín rice fúnra wọn. Káràlú kán tiẹ̀ wà òkè. Wọ́n tún sọ lórúkọ ìjọba tó ń pín rice kiri ìjọba rice. What do we want? Kí la fẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà? Ok, lórí ọ̀rọ̀ security ta ló ń pa wá ta ló ń rán Fúlàní sí wa kó máa pa wá? Ṣé Tinunbu ni? Ṣé Tinunbu ni? Rárá o, lára àwọn ADC members yẹn náà El-Rufai wà nù wọn àtàwọn míì. Gọ́fúnà Zamfara wọ́n interview ẹ̀ wọ́n ti lórí ń bí tọ́ interview ẹ̀ pé wọ́n interview ẹ̀ ló wá sọ pé all these people we all know them, we know their mother, we know where they come from, we know their names. Moderator yẹn wá ń bí léèrè pé àgbàtà ẹ̀mọ̀ why don't you go for them? Ó ní it's complicated torí pé wọ́n retain nǹkan yẹn láti máa fi gbàjọba yẹn lórúkọ jẹ́. Ẹ bá gbọ́ kán pààyàn kan bí kan àsìkò tẹ́ election bọ̀ ìtì ẹ̀ ní rate yẹn máa high kẹ́ ẹ lè hate ìjọba tó wà ń ta. Wọ́n sọ ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n sọ di tẹ́tẹ́ wọ́n sọ di game wọ́n sọ di political campaign wọ́n sọ di tools láti fi ra ọ̀tá fúnjọba tó wà lóde. Gbogbo effort ìjọba ẹ̀ wọ́n truncate ẹ̀ kò sí tó kàn wọ́n. Bó ṣe aláwọ̀ àwọn ará bí yẹn bó ṣe import wọn wọlé ní north wọn yẹn because they believe they are in charge. They believe they are in charge. Ṣé ráwa Yorùbá nǹkan tá à ń ṣe yìí kò tí ì yé wa ń sìn Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó pẹ́ kó tó yé wa. Lẹ́yìn ló bẹ́ so kọ́rọ̀ wa bá dà bẹ́ẹ̀. Instead ká guide judiciously we hate him. Bíbí kò sẹ́ tó yẹ ti Tinunbu nítorí náà ṣe dá ṣé dá ká máa pa àwọn èèyàn ṣé Tinunbu ló gbébọn tó ń pa wọ́n. Gbogbo effort to make lórí kan yé pa wá mọ́ làwọn Fúlàní fọwọ́ ara wọn truncate làwọn ọ̀tá APC làwọn ọ̀tá Tinunbu làwọn ọ̀tá ìjọba tó wà lóde ń truncate. They're killing us because of politics. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ make big money make ẹ̀ lọ látara pípa tó ń pa àwọn èèyàn. And that is why this country we have to face reality. That is why we have to face reality. Àní àwa ni àwa la ní di ààbò territory ti wá oníkálukú ní kó secure territory ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ṣe retí pé federal generally wọ́n ṣe truncate náà máa truncate lọ yìí let ọlọ́run á bá Ìgbòho ṣe ọlọ́run á ṣàánú wa ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kí Ìgbòho bá tó fẹ́ gbà ẹ̀ kán security territory ti wá ló kun àwa tílẹ̀ Yorùbá bá sáti ní ààbò bó àwọn Fúlàní kan máa para wọn lọ́rùn torí ìdìbò we are less concerned. ẹ̀gbọ́n kan kọ lẹ́tà síbí tó bá kọ́ àwọn àmì lọ́bẹ̀ tó bá kù ṣẹ́jú márùn-ún kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ àwọn kan á pè ẹ̀kọ́ mẹ́ àwọn wo náà pè finally Ọmọyẹlé Sowore táwọn kan sọ di Ọlọ́run tí wọ́n ń pọ́nlé tí wọ́n sọ pé òun ni ọ̀gá tó ń kó revolution jọ tó ń kó youth jọ ẹ̀gbọ́n sáwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa lóòótọ́ ṣé wọ́n qualify. Mo fẹ́ fi ọ̀rọ̀ VDM ni mo fẹ́ fi parí program tí mo ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ VDM fídíò tí VDM ṣe lórí ìjọba tó wà lóde àti àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ṣé lóòótọ́ ni Ọmọyẹlé Sowore ti kiri ṣé lóòótọ́ ló wúlò. They just waste people time, wasting their time. Buhari sọ ńgbà kan pé Nigeria youth are very lazy n tó mí ìgbà yẹn mo ṣe wà ń rí mi náà ṣe ń rí ni yìí tí mo fi rí ni pé mo gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu very dark man mo ronú sí tọmọkùnrin yẹn sọ pé lóòótọ́ youth wa wọ́n ti useless ara wa kì í ṣe pé èèyàn ló useless wa ọ̀dọ́ ti ju tẹ bá rọ́dọ̀ kan tó bá ní 10 million kò fi prepare future kò fi plan ní future bó ṣe máa lọ sí club bó ṣe lọ máa bowó yẹn jẹ́ tó máa oppress ló máa dù tó bá rówó tó ra mọ́tò kó ra best car kó máa bùgá kiri ìbàdàn náà tán lè ní òtítàn lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó ń ṣe yahoo ẹni mélòó ló fowó rẹ̀ invest táwọn èèyàn tó máa jẹ́ ń bẹ̀ ọ̀dọ́ mélòó ló ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣáwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ṣé wọ́n merit ṣé wọ́n wọ́ọ̀tì láti rule ṣé wọ́n ṣetán láti rule ṣùgbọ́n Ọmọyẹlé Sowore ta pè lọ́dọ̀ bó ló ń bá gábàkàbà tó ń bá kiri ṣé ní fẹ́ rúlù wà ní ṣé ó gọ́mọ tó ń pè gọ́fúnánsì máa ní kẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu Sowore sìn finally kí n tó lọ àwẹ̀kẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu VDM rádà dictionary wáṣípù tí a ń tà ní next week lágbára Ọlọ́run a máa fi àti ń po jíngù kan pọ̀ lọ́wọ́ nínú jíngù yẹn wọ́n máa sọ fún àwọn ibi tá a tó ti lè máa rí dictionary ìrà ní rọrùn yàtọ̀ fún ọ̀dọ́ tèmi nìkan níyẹn lè má sanwó mọ́tò mọ́ pàápàá tòró lè jáwọn tó wà ń bàdàn ó yẹ máa ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń bàdàn lè lọ ọ̀dẹ nínú tà ń bàdàn ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lọ́dọ̀ sọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ tó ń ta lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ so ẹ má wọrí láìpẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí ó sì wà ní fún ní títà lọ́dọ̀ tí wà ń bà ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ VDM ká lọ gbọ́ nǹkan tí VDM sọ lórí kí ni ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sáwọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ní Nàìjíríà tó fẹ́ ká sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ máa bíra yín léèrè ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo ni Tinúbù ṣe ẹnikẹ́ni nínú wa ju pé ẹ ń pa wá Nàìjíríà ẹ ó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ ta ni ó bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́ náà olóṣèlú ta lẹ ẹwọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ wọ́n ní Jésù sọ pé ẹni tí ó bá ṣẹ̀rì ó ní kó cast stone àkọ́kọ́ ẹ̀mọ́ ni ẹni tí ó bá ń dalẹ̀ rú rí ní gbogbo olóṣèlú ẹni kò ní ó ní kó wá bú Tinúbù ọ̀gá ni ó tráyò àwọn tó ń jẹ́ kíṣẹ́ ìyọ̀nà ọ̀jẹ̀ kó yọ láwọn yọnu sí wa Yorùbá ẹ̀yẹ tọmọ yín síta mọ́ ẹjẹ́ agbárùkùtì tòmí èmi rẹ̀ tó gbádùn tó fẹ́ jáde ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò yàtọ̀ sọ́rọ̀ Ògùn state mi rẹ̀ ní tó gbádùn tó fẹ́ gbàpótí Yáyì nìkan lè rí candidate l'Ògùn state ẹni bá ní mò ń kàmpé fún Yáyì mò ń kà ó ẹ tún sọ candidate mi tó serious tẹ̀rí tó ní CV tó ṣe gbé jáde tẹ̀rí tó ní achievement tó ṣe náwó síta rí lẹ́yìn Yáyì l'Ògùn state wa èmi ò rí níjọ́ mo ti rí gbogbo candidate mi rẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀ APC ò jẹ́ ṣe mistakenly gbé pálí fẹ́ gbé tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fẹ́ lómi wàláì mí rí pátì tó lè tó sọ páwọn jáde l'Ògùn state so far àti APC àti PDP àti ADC àti anybody tẹ́mi ṣì rí so far Yayi nìkan mo rí candidate mi ìfẹ́ mọ́ pátì tó máa bá jáde bó bá PDP jáde á wọlé bó bá kẹ́lẹ́ kan jáde because ó nìkan ni mo rí ká bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ́rọ̀ Tinubu ṣe rí ṣé wọn tó ń kóra wọn kiri táà ní they are just dey play ẹ bá gbọ́ dey play lọ́rọ̀ yín èmi ò rẹ́ tó serious kan tó jáde mi rí ṣé ṣòwò rẹ̀ ṣé Àtìkù ṣé Òbí ṣé Amechi ẹ jẹ́ àwọn gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu VDM ó yá carry go.
The reason I do not like Very Dark Man is because of all the people I have seen in Nigeria who make content about Nigeria, of all the youth in Nigeria, of everyone that I have seen from social media, I don't know on the boots on the ground, from social media, there is no one in Nigeria right now that has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Nobody in Nigeria right now has the power to start a revolution like Very Dark Man. Why has he not done it? Why has he never come out and called for a revolution? Why has the things he has seen in Nigeria never gotten him so angry to say, you know what, fuck this shit? Because for him, this system works. This system works for Very Dark Man. He makes his living off of your pain. He needs this system to stay in place. He needs to keep going to state and talking nonsense. He needs y'all to keep giving him money. He needs to be an activist. He needs all of this. He needs the system is exactly how, like, this guy goes to sleep every night. He's like, I love Nigeria. He wakes up in the morning, stretches. I love Nigeria. Not the idea of what Nigeria could be. He loves Nigeria as it is. I see him for what he is. That's why I don't like him. Because you have nobody in Nigeria. There is nobody in the whole youth of Nigeria. Nobody has the power to start a revolution. There have been so many deaths that if this man wanted, he could have gotten up and said, fuck this shit. Let's get rid of all of them. Nobody has the power like Very Dark Man or Very Black Man or whatever the fuck. But he refuses because, again, he makes a living off of your pain.
All right, so my brother, I get your point. So you were saying that Very Dark Man have this power. He has so much influence on a lot of youths. A lot of Nigerians believe in Very Dark Man. He has the power to call for a revolution, and a lot of people are going to come out. But why haven't Very Dark Man done it yet? You see, I am self-aware. I know the influence I have. From the day we did the battle events at the Abuja Stadium and all the crowd, from our monthly events, the amount of youths that come out, the foot soldiers, the people on ground, they are all there. Why haven't Very Dark Man called for a revolution? I've asked myself that question. But then I always get the answer. Why? Which people am I calling a revolution? On behalf of what people? These Nigerians? Come on, I can't do that. These Nigerians? Against who? Who am I calling the revolution against? Against these politicians? These leaders? No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. And you know why? These politicians that you see as bad, as evil, as demonic, they are the exact reflection of who the people are. These Nigerians are more bad and more evil than the politicians that you see in power. I swear to God, an average Nigerian is worse than the politician. You see? Okay, let's say we lead a revolution like you all want. Who are the youth, who are the people that are going to replace this leader? We kick Tinunbu out, kick Shetima, come out all these people. Which youth? What kind of orientation do they have? What kind of mindsets do they have? Are they responsible enough to take charge of this country? What youth are you talking about? Who are you going to put in power? Are they productive enough? Let's start with my own state, Edo State, the youth and the mindsets that they have there. Most of them do fraud. You go to Edo, you go to Delta, most of them they press. Asaba boys, Benin boys, they press. Now you ask yourself, what do they do with that money? Some of them clean off $500,000, $300,000, $1 million. What do they do? First things first, they buy a beautiful car. They buy a house. Then they open a club or they open a hotel. When you go to Edo State, Benin, you see hotel. Do you see the mindset? Then guess what? They pack security. They follow, they say, wow. Most of the youth want to do exactly what these politicians are doing, but they want to do it better. The youth that you have in Nigeria want to steal better than the politicians. What orientation do they have? Are they productive enough? Somebody have never stolen $1 million and thought about creating 1 million employment. Those are the people that you want to put in power. People that all they think about is lau. Buy, spray money for club, do this one, buy the... Now those people you want to put for power, they will finish the country. Do they have togetherness mindset? Do you see the way you go on Twitter every day and they create tribal wars? Religious wars? Who do you want to put in power? The people that believe that the Igbos are better than the Yorubas, or the Yorubas are better than the Igbos, or the Hausas are meant to be the political class? Do they have togetherness? Do they see themselves as Nigerians? As people, as brothers? These are the people you want us to lead revolution. Who are we going to restore? Do they have a leader's mindset? Again, I'm telling you that the people, an average Nigerian is worse than the government. I'm telling you. Is it the politicians that don't wait for the traffic light? They don't wait for it to get green, they just go. Is it the politicians that carry waste, they carry dirty and put it inside the sewage, or the drainage system, and they block it, and then we have gutters? Is it the politicians that wind down their car and just throw trash? Is it the politicians that cannot obey common laws of the country? Is it the politician that was coming from where? I was coming from what country? I came to Lagos State on top of Ikeja Bridge. Person did the shit. And I see plenty other shit for they go down the bridge. You see shit. Is it the politicians that went down there to pull down the trousers and put their caca there? Do you know how many things the cartels they clean every month end? Is it the politician? Shane a politician. Now he collects 650 million naira from the man. Say he won't give a land. And when he collected the money, he used part of that money to stop the law from holding him accountable. Do you know how many atrocities I call out every day? Then if I call a particular Yoruba man, the Yoruba people say it's against Yoruba for the evil that this Yoruba man did to another person. If you call out the Igbo, they'll say, oh, it's coming for Igbos, for the evil that this Igbo man did to another person. If you call out an Hausa man, the same thing. Then they say you are trying to spoil their business. This is a business that is being fraudulent to other people. Which mindset do they have? At least I can boldly tell you that very dark man have achieved something. At least we have a movement where we don't care if you're Hausa, Igbo or Yoruba. We work together to pack dirty. That's togetherness there. If I've not achieved anything in my life, that's one of the greatest achievements, and nobody have achieved that in this country before. Togetherness. Nobody said Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, no pack. Now Igbo supposed to do this. They all come in uniform to do those things. Now we are talking about, anytime they talk about a successful movement in this country, they talk about NSAS, but NSAS was a failure. I said the youth are not prepared, they are not ready. You think they are ready for change because they say it on social media? I go to different parts of Nigeria, I've seen the way they think, I've seen the way they act. What youth? Are we talking about the same youth? If I come to NSAS, are we talking about the same youth that when you want to bring development to the community, they'll tell you to settle them first? Are we talking about the same youth that if somebody say, if MTN say they won't come here now, grow, they want to put a mask to be giving them network, even though yes, it is business for them, but it's going to give them network. A lot of people can go into the internet, a lot of ideas can be generated from the internet. They will say MTN need to pay them first to put it there. Sometimes you want to do a road, the youth will come out and say no. They will stop the development of their community for you to bribe them first. You want us to lead revolution with that people with those type of mindset? Now let's talk about NSAS. You tell me that NSAS is one of the most successful movement of the country, but I saw it as a failure, the biggest failure the youth have ever failed. You came out to say NSAS. The first day I didn't go, so the second day I went. And I went the second day because some people were sent to disrupt the whole thing. And then the people that went for the protest, the youth, they were on top of Beggar Bridge, and down of the bridge, those boys were breaking people's cars and people's glasses to terrify the protesters. I saw more because when I gathered my own people, we had our tools in the car and we went there. When we got there, I saw this movement, I jumped down. When I jumped down, boom, I didn't know people were not following me. So I got to the front, the guy just carried his dagger. Just shift. Just say, nobody say I shift, not no format though. My shoes slip me, I fell. Before God helped me, somebody threw stone. And that's how people now summoned the courage to come. I loved that day. I was so happy. We were in uniform. I went home. The next day I got dressed as early as possible. I carried my 206. I got my guys. We drove there. I got there. I saw a guy holding a girl by a bum. Some other people were in the other corner smoking weed. I saw tramadol sachet on the ground. Some people were taking codeine. This was when we went to front of Central Bank. I was disgusted. Then I came back in the evening. They were partying. DJ was there. You came for NSAS. They've not ended the SARS yet. In Lagos, they were doing the same thing. Port Harcourt, they were blocking roads and they were drinking beer. NSAS, people were dancing. People were coming there to carry girls, go home, go knock, come back. It failed. It failed. Because they all didn't have the mindset of a leader. A leader is not meant to be one person. If everybody have the mindset of a leader, then they will stop some certain things that is within their own range. I ask you again, you're a politician, they beat traffic lights. All those big truck drivers, when they park their truck by the roadside, where they no go care, say somebody if you do mistake, come hit them. Are they meant to park there? I gave my security for where they stay. They helped me carry something. I wired the guy money. I sent him 30,000 naira. I said, share with your friends. He said, okay. I did. One of them come. I got down and said, Alpha, I don't get the money. I'll be saying, do well. He said, yes. He gave us 500 naira. Be 1,000 naira. I said, how? Because I counted them. At least that 30k, they would have done 5k each. Counted them. I said, how much you give you? He said, let's say you say 1,000. He said, you say more share 5,000 naira. I said, okay, let's go to the gate. I went to the gate. Then I asked him, how much did I give you? He could not talk. All of them opened their mouth. They were looking at him. I said, how much did I give you? He said, 30,000 naira. Everybody looked at him. What? Is it the politician? That's not the politician's job. Now you talk about, oh, very dark man, you're benefiting from all of this. Bro, all those videos when I travel to go and capture where they buy people, some of those videos, you can't use them on the platform where they pay you money, which is Facebook and YouTube. They are going to flag them and bring them down. I went to Yelwata, where's the video? It's nowhere all over social media. On my page, it was brought down, I was flagged. So all those places I go there to create an awareness. I use my transport fare, I risk my life. There's no money attached to those things. If there's one where they even make money, if you want to say person they make money, are the normal videos. And what do I use this money for? I use it to solve people's problem. Who write petitions for these people? Who take these petitions up there? Do you think police have funding? If you go report case to police, say police get funding, you mobilize them, you fuel their cars. Who pays for these things? To make somebody get justice? It's not as if police will not get you justice, they will, but it's going to take time. They'll need to write approval, make they carry their motor. But at least, if you call mobility, okay, for money day, you need to move. You are not going to blame the police, not be bribe. There's no mobility for them, even in the books. It's not there. They're meant to generate these things by themselves. We get office now, they take people complain. Yesterday, I don't do another customer care service. This one, okay, Muku check. Now me go pay them. To listen to your case, all of this is for free. I am in debt. Plus, I dey owe money. I know they see money. I dey see money, but they owe. I say they come. It's not everything that come online. Some of these things are just okay, just do it. And they pay school fees of some persons now. My brother, I don't benefit from nobody's pain. You understand? But the youth are not ready for a revolution. Do you know their mindset? You say they give their SSA that they are happy, senior special advisor. They are happy. They can't aim higher. My brother, for now, radical movements will bring about togetherness within the hearts of the youth. We draw tribalism. That's why no matter what I do, tribalism, there have been some stereotype of different tribes in Nigeria where it be true. Where we say no matter how you check, you don't see and we say, oh my bless this tribe, true, they do like this. Bless this tribe, true, they do like this. Bless this tribe, true, they do like this. Right? But I can't still see another tribe where do like that, but it no be from this other tribe. Then you go no say it's a people's problem. It's a people's problem. You see, the orientation needs to be there first. For now, I don't see leaders. The people, the youths where they don't make money, are they productive enough? What can they create? Which states can boast now and tell Nigerians that, which youth will say, in my state, with my capability, we are producing 1 million bags of rice every day leaves the state. We are that productive. Which states? They say we get the best refinery, make them know them for social thing. Say this state, if you're talking about cocoa, not this state. If you're talking about the best plantain, this state. If you're talking about tomato, this state. If you're talking about this state, and they're bringing it in large number, don't you think that the food will be cheap? They could make money in a hotel if they buy, go club, or they open club, buy, go hotel, do this one, buy car, lavish, spend, carry security. They all want to be like the politicians. Come on, bro. But anyways, my brother, I really appreciate you, but for me, they are not ready. They are not ready. They are the same as the politicians that they all criticize. But for now, we are preaching togetherness and bringing the youth together to have a common goal, to do the smallest things that we can for the community. And from there, we can raise leaders in the future. I'm sorry, blood. I watch your videos though. You're an interesting person. Videos are cool. Stay blessed. And to the bad people of Nigeria, I sure know the online police, not an activist. I'm not going to learn new thing. Peace and love, don't play. If you play online and you go learn the agree, don't play.
Agede